All right, we are here with Digital Defenders. I am Mike Bloomfield, President Geek of Techie Geek, and my co-host for the day is a very special podcast entrepreneur, influencer in the children's market. We have my favorite podcast girl, Audriana Bloomfield. Hello, Audriana, of the Audriana and Finn show. Is that correct? Are you with the Audriana and Finn show? And we just recorded an Audriana and Finn show episode, right? How did that go?
Yeah, Dad.
How did it go?
Good.
Are you eating Hershey chocolate while we do this podcast? You are. All right. So tell me, take a break of eating for a second. You can eat when I'm done
I
talking.
have a good idea. If I get it correct, I eat chocolate.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Okay. So tell us about the Audriana and Finn show. So my fans who may not have seen your show, should they look for your show? What's your show about?
We talk about some fun stuff, and we have special guests.
Who is your special guest today?
Ruby.
Ruby? And you guys do like a dance party, right? We do not do that on the Digital Defenders podcast. Okay, so and you're also my daughter, right? Say, alrighty. And you like podcasting, right? It's fun. So this is Daddy's podcast. So this is Digital Defenders. And what we talk about here, Audriana, is cybersecurity and technology. And we talk about different things that occur in the world and how they affect organizations and businesses. So I'm going to tell you, we usually talk about different things. We talk about news. But before we get started, I want to talk to you. So about like technology. So you love your iPad, right? So what is it that you love about your iPad?
The shows and games.
The shows and games. And do you play with your iPad a lot during the day?
I don't really play the games, but I really watch the videos sometimes.
So like you love YouTube, right? And are you watching YouTube Kids or YouTube now? Or do you go back and forth?
I usually watch YouTube, but if I want like on your nose, I go on Kid YouTube.
So you watch a little bit of both? So when you eat, right, when you're at the table and you're eating, you like to watch TV or YouTube, right? Do you know when Daddy grew up, we didn't have iPads?
Huh?
What do you think Daddy did when I ate? What do you think? Talk. Yeah, we used to have to talk. Or we watch maybe the real TV if we were lucky enough to have like a TV near the kitchen.
You know what Mommy told me?
What Mommy tell you?
When she was a kid, it was only one channel on the TV.
Well, Mommy lied to you. There was more than one channel on the TV. But you now have like hundreds of channels on the TV, and you have all this content in YouTube and like Disney Plus, right? You could go on Disney Plus and watch like anything you want at any time, right? Mm-hmm. When we were growing up, we didn't have that. We used to have to go to the video store. It was called Blockbuster. And you used to go and rent it. Like you have to rent like a DVD and bring it home and watch it. And then you would have to return it. But like you could say to Mommy, like, I want to watch Little Mermaid. And Mommy goes on Disney Plus and finds Little Mermaid and plays it. Or you want to watch like Super Mario Brothers clips and trailers, right? You could do that. When Daddy was growing up and Mommy was growing up, we did not have that. And we used to, we used to rely on video stores, Blockbuster, that type of thing. And, you know, talking about Blockbuster, have you ever heard of Blockbuster or is this your first time?
First time.
So Blockbuster was like the biggest video store. There was actually one right down the road. Do you remember where Wendy's is? That used to be a Blockbuster, was in that shopping center. And Blockbuster is where all like the old people like me used to go to rent movies. And Netflix came out and Blockbuster got closed down because why would anyone rent from Blockbuster if you could just go on your TV and watch whatever you want, right? So Blockbuster ended up kind of going away. Well, just this past week, Blockbuster tweeting on Twitter. Do you know what Twitter is? It's like a social media platform, again, for old people.
But I hear it on my iPad.
You hear about Twitter on your iPad? Well, Twitter is where like people and businesses could tweet, and like they put some like it's like 120, 140 character limit. So just a little thought. And here's what Blockbuster wrote. A friendly reminder that when you used to rent videos from us, we didn't care who you shared it with as long as you returned it on time. At Netflix. So that was tweeting on May 25th, 2023 at 5:20 p.m. So it's just really funny because Blockbuster's like poking fun at Netflix because Netflix is implementing a sharing where they're going to determine, you know how we utilize Netflix and Owen Rita utilize Netflix as well. That's why they have their little profile on our account. We share Netflix. Well, Netflix is going to say, well, if you're going to share accounts, they're going to charge you extra. So that's Blockbuster's poking fun, saying, we didn't care. You could share the videos. You could have rented it, invited everyone over, or gave it to your friend. As long as you returned it to us on time, we didn't care what you did with it. So that's pretty funny, though, right? Pretty funny.
Daddy.
Yes.
My teacher's speaking about like what changed, like phones and cars.
So, okay, what's changed on phones, right? So, this is my phone, and Dad and Mommy has an iPhone, right? Do you know when I was your age, there were no phones like this? The only phones were the phones on the wall.
Yeah.
So, and the phones on the wall, they were cordless phones that you could walk around your house with like a cordless phone, but most of the phones used to have a cord on them. So like Nana used to have a phone on the wall with like a 50-foot cord so she could walk around the house. So she'd be vacuuming and the cord would be wrapped around the whole house. It's pretty funny, right? But now you got phones. And what's on these phones? YouTube and video games. You guys have a lot of fun stuff. When we were growing up, we didn't have all this technology. Technology's fun, right? So, like, here, we're going to ask a private question. When you go to the bathroom, do you use your iPad? Don't lie. Yeah, use your iPad. Well, when Mommy and Daddy used to go to the bathroom when we were kids, we used to have to read shampoo bottles. That's funny, right?
I know that. You told Alexis.
I told Alexis. Yeah, so when Mommy and Daddy were growing up, we had to read shampoo bottles. So just not as fun.
Daddy.
Yes.
Can I tell you what I know about phones?
Yeah, what do you know about phones?
So a long, long time ago, you used to need to tell someone, like, who do you want to call? And then they, like, put it, and you need to go there and go and get it. And then they were phones on the walls, and now there's phones.
And now everyone has cell phones, right? Yeah, technology.
And iPads.
And iPads. iPads are fun, right? And so what else did you learn? What did you learn about cars? You learned how cars changed?
Yeah. Some cars used to have, like, no top, and now they have tops.
Oh, like convertibles?
Yeah.
They're still convertible cars. You don't see them as much, though.
But she talked about, like, both of them.
Oh, yeah? Really, now there's electric cars, right? We have an electric car, and that doesn't use gasoline. That plugs in. That's an electric. That's new. Those are cool, right? Yeah. What else has lots have changed?
Didn't that change that, like, there's, like, stories in my books, and, like, they tell me didn't that change, like, stories I need to read for homework.
Right. Well, you do a lot of your homework on the computer, too, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can do all that. When I was in school and I did research and I had to print pictures, I used to have to go to the library. Now you get to do it all from home, right? It's cool. So
last year I did some of my homework on the computers, like when Miss Ambrosio said I need to like circle the eggs.
Yep. So some of the stuff was done on the computer, right? Yeah, well, times have changed, and technology is good, right? Technology helps to make the world better, helps to make us more efficient, helps to make medical and, like, healthcare be very improved so that we can help people who are sick. helps to make with lots of different businesses and such. So, and look, technology has helped to create Techie Geek, which has made the IT superheroes of cybersecurity. So technology is really good, and technology is going to continue to grow and get better, right? Like now we have artificial intelligence, ChatGPT. Have you ever heard of that? Daggy hasn't showed you? Yeah, remember we played the game with ChatGPT? We were like having it tell us a story. And ChatGPT is artificial intelligence, and now it's the beginning. But in a couple of years, like it's going to get better and better, and it's going to be something that you're going to use a lot of. And artificial intelligence is really cool. Do you know what a hacker is? You do or don't?
I think I know.
What's a hacker?
A bad guy of a girl
Yeah.
that you get.
Oh, I like that. So a bad guy or girl that I get? Yep. So a hacker is someone that tries to take over and hack someone's business or personal computers and their network and or their digital identity. So that was very good. So let's talk about a news story. You remember the hospital that you went to where you were born, the Richmond University Medical Center? That's where you were born, right? They got attacked by a hacker like 3 weeks ago. So this goes back to about May 12th. And it was all over local news. It was actually also all over the internet. And this is an article from a cybersecurity magazine, SC Media. Staten Island Hospital operating in network downtime amid a ransomware attack. So this article goes back to May 12th. Richmond University Medical Center in RUMC in Staten Island is currently recovering from a ransomware attack and network downtime procedures, according to local news outlets. The attack was deployed against the almost 500-bed hospital 1 week ago. So this article was in May 12th, Audriana, and this was already a week old. The outage in patient care impacts heightened over the weekend as clinicians and providers were forced to monitor patients' entered data with manual processes. A spokesperson said that with the exception of overnight trauma and stroke services, impacts have been limited. The hospital recovery team is working to bring back systems online to full operational status while investigating the scope of the attack and impact on patient data with support from an outside cybersecurity firm. The hospital continues to offer full patient service and admit patients, including emergency care. And this article said that RUMC was the second U.S. hospital to report ransomware-related outages in the last 2 weeks. So a hacker was able to hack RUMC, where you were born, and take over their systems and hold their data for ransom. I'm going to make the assumption that RUMC had cybersecurity procedures in place, Audriana, to help prevent that. But hackers are really good. And if a hacker wants to gain access, they're going to. The thing that concerns me, though, is they were down for, I don't know the full scope. I know that the local news article, I put the article like a week after they were down. We haven't received an update when kind of from others that I've heard. They were down for 2 weeks. They still weren't operational. It is concerning to see the business continuity side of that and to see how a business and a hospital could be down that long, right? You understand, if all their computers are down, how are they going to function, right? Now, I am making the assumption that RUMC, I'm sure, had a cybersecurity policies in place. I'm sure they were using MDR, network detection. Hackers are good. This is why we discussed that it's not if, it's when will you be hacked, Audriana? But still concerning to see that they were down for that long. You agree? Like scary, right? Can you imagine if you went to the hospital but they couldn't help you because their computers were down? That would be really bad, right? Tell in the microphone. Would that be bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's read another article, okay? City struggles with cyber attack as hackers brag about a breach. Augusta, Georgia. Addressing an outage that's crippled the city of Augusta computer systems all week, Mayor Garnet Johnson said Friday the city isn't in contact with hackers who say they're holding the city's data hostage. Although cybercrime group has claimed responsibility for the cyber attack, Johnson said the city has gotten no ransom demand. At this time, Augusta is not in communication with this group, he said. He said the outage was definitely due to an unauthorized actor, however. So you see, hackers are really bad, right? And that's why businesses need managed service providers, because a business like Techie Geek Audriana is able to help protect them. Unfortunately, we are going to put a multi-layered approach to try to stop a hacker from getting into an environment, but you can't always stop them. So another big part of what we do is to help put the process and what's known as the incident response plan in place and the business continuity plan. So if a hacker did get in, you get that business up and running as quickly as possible. You can see how that's super important, right? Is that very important? Talking to the microphone.
Yeah.
And it's scary that you're a 6-year-old and you see the importance of that. But I can't tell you how many business owners do we talk to, Audriana, that don't understand the importance of business continuity and incident response. And unfortunately, as bad as the RUMC attack is on Staten Island and it happening here in the local community, it does hit close to home and might be the piece that some local businesses, especially those healthcare providers in Staten Island who fall under what's known as HIPAA, which is a regulatory body for doctors and practices, are going to maybe start to take it serious, because there are a lot of businesses here in Staten Island and throughout the whole United States that do not take HIPAA seriously, even though they are mandated. And when they don't take HIPAA seriously, they're putting your data at risk. When you're at the doctor's office or you're in the hospital or wherever you are, your birth records, if they don't take HIPAA seriously, that your information would be able to be stolen by bad people. And that would be bad, right? So business owners should take cybersecurity and HIPAA seriously. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So if you were a business owner, would you invest in cybersecurity and protecting your network?
Yeah.
Why? Because you wouldn't want a hacker to get you, right? What's your favorite iPad game?
Art set.
Arts? You like art? When I was growing up, I used to have to draw on paper. Now you get to draw on the computer, right? Like aided design, CAD, or that's more for like 3D, like architecture, but you like to draw on the computer, which is really fun, right?
That's my new favorite, but my old favorite was Kidopia.
Kidopia. And the thing that's nice about the iPad, Audriana, is the games are educational, right? So not only are you playing games and having fun, but you're also learning while you do it, right? So that's really fun.
It's Kidopia teach you how to read and draw.
Does it? So tell my audience why we're here. You were on a billboard in Times Square this weekend, right? How was that? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
And what was it advertising on the billboard?
Me and Finn.
The Audriana and Finn show? Yeah. So there's an app. It's called, hold on, I'll tell everyone what the app name is. It's called TSX. TSXE, yes, is the app. And the billboard is on 47th and 7th in Times Square. And you're able to pay for 15-second clips. So we put together a little trailer video of the Audriana and Finn show with Audriana and Finn and their little logo reveal. And we went to Times Square this weekend and we had that play. And Audriana got to watch it. I'm going to put that in here so you could see it. But it was fun, right, Audriana? That was so cool. You were on the big screen.
The Barbie Cafe.
And we also went to a Barbie cafe, right?
Enjoy the front of the Statue of Liberty from the car.
And saw the Statue of Liberty.
And then one day I want to see the very front and get out of the car and walk to it.
So you want to take the ferry to the Statue of Liberty one day? We'll do that. Yeah. You're making weird faces. Weird faces. Okay. Do you know? Okay. Let's talk quickly about passwords. Do you know what a password is? A password's a way like to say, like to get into accounts, right? You don't have passwords yet, right? You're too little. But if you had a password, turn and talk to the mic. If you had a password, would you share it with your friends or would you keep it to yourself?
Keep it.
Wow. So your password would be your password and you would not share it, right? High five. That is 100% correct.
Sometimes Mommy tells me so I could go on her phone or iPad.
She gives you her password? Oh, no.
I just already know it. Still.
You know it? Don't tell anybody.
I know.
I like how I'm very proud that you know how to save to not tell people your passwords. Good job. And where do you store passwords? Not on paper, right?
No.
On a password management tool?
No.
Yeah. So mommy uses one of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed that you knew that. So why would you not give? Do you have an email address? You do, right? That's so cool. I didn't have an email address when I was growing up. I had to wait till I got my own. I had an AOL email address. They're not really around anymore. Some people have them, but they shouldn't. So, is there anything technology-wise you would like to ask Daddy? Any type of tech questions?
No.
No? Do you want to know about like anything about laptops or iPads or cameras or anything? Or
iPads and camera.
what do you want to know? You like how right now we have 3 cameras looking at us?
Yeah.
Which one? We got camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, right? So, again, when I was growing up, we didn't have these digital cameras like this. We didn't have the ability to do a podcast. What I used to do is I had a portable boom box. It was like a radio that was like probably this big, and it used to have tapes in it, tape players. You probably never seen a tape. I'll see if we could find you one to show you. And you would hit record, and we would act like we were a DJ. I'd be like, this is DJ Mike Bloomfield with K-Rock 92.3. And here we are going to play some Blink 182. And then I would have to wait till like that song was coming on the radio. And then I would record it. And then I would record more in between. It was very hard to do all that. It was fun, though, when you were a kid. But now, like, you have the capabilities to record video, cameras, cut it up, and make, like, videos and put them on YouTube, right? Who's your favorite person on YouTube?
Aggie.
A for Agley? That's your favorite one? Do you like Ryan anymore, or you're too old for Ryan now?
I like mine a little bit.
A little bit, but you like A for Agley?
And I like this, like, show that's called the Super Pops.
The Super Pops?
Yeah.
You like all those mystery stuffs, right?
I want to get mine egg.
The Ryan egg? Oh, God, we're back to that. The Ryan egg. No.
You know what I want? Like wine putty is putty's not that sticky and wine is squishy.
Yeah.
Is that
So Daggy got a new laptop, right? For work. It was a nice, it's a Lenovo Legion. It has a nice new graphics card, a processor, and it's also, we got that so we're able to edit the videos that we do here, right? But it's also very capable to play games. And you got to watch me play a little of the new Star Wars Jedi Survivor game, right? What did you think of that? Was it fun? Can we play it later? Yeah. Yes? You're going to watch?
when I go home, I'm going to eat and open cards.
We're opening cards and then we'll play? You're going to fall. Be careful. All right, so we'll wrap this up, Audriana. We've been talking for about 20-something minutes here. You know, but I'm glad that I got you to be a guest on the podcast of Digital Defenders.
But I was in the podcast before our podcast.
You were on the Audriana and Fink show. And I will make sure to put a link in the comments to show people where they can find the Audriana and Fink show. So any of my audience would like to
But I
learn.
can tell that.
We will. We'll put it here.
YouTube.
Point down. It's on YouTube, and
Yes.
and it's at the A&F show, and we'll put it right there to give it. And they should go and like and subscribe to you, right? Go tell them.
Like and subscribe.
Turn the
Bell.
what color?
Gray.
Turn the red bell to gray. That's right. So, you know, thank you for listening to the Digital Defenders podcast by Tech Geek. We spoke a little bit about some ransomware attacks that were affecting RUMC and expecting also infected the Augusta, Georgia city. We spoke about passwords, spoke about old and new technology and how technology has changed. But the big thing is, remember, if you're a business owner out there, It's very important to protect your business before it happens. So get a risk assessment. If that's anything, if any tips I could give you is to go ahead and look and find an IT provider that could get you a cybersecurity risk assessment so you could truly understand what your business looks like. So, Audriana, we thank you for being a guest on the Digital Defenders podcast. We hope to see you again. You will be running Techie Geek in the future, right? So I'm sure you'll be on this show a lot more since you're going to be the boss, right? Are you the boss? No. She's the boss. So go ahead, make sure, smash that orange bell and turn it gray. Like and subscribe to Digital Defenders. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and of course on YouTube. And I apologize for the little delay in getting this episode out from the last, but we are going to work very hard to keep these coming on a every other week basis. So please subscribe and follow so you get the notification when we release our next episode. Thank you for watching this episode of Digital Defenders.
Bye.
See you later. Bye. From your IT superheroes of cybersecurity, Techie Geek.